Okay, before I make an absolutely diabolical mad video, I want to talk to you guys about something with saintontas. And the thing you guys need to understand is that he will always change the goalposts. And what I'm referring to is the incident with the miasma shield. Now, in Zenithal Zero, I'm talking. First, he said that nobody's going to be able to clear it, only the new character that I just got too, Yishuan. Then when he realized that he couldn't use that narrative, then he said that only Yishuan can do damage to it while it's in miasma, which is a fair point, but the damage is negligible compared to other characters. Like, it's still gonna be pretty much close to the same time with her or without her. People are still able to clear endgame with 4-star units, like Billy is a content creator that does that, and with actual even different characters that are not even using the signatures and stuff like that. And even to these content creators' credit that is going against, they change up their rules. They even use even say a standard banner character, and then Saintontas will still try to find some way to basically say that his point is not correct because you're playing sweaty. So you kind of see there's you can't win with saintontas. Even building your characters properly in the game, having good roles in your characters is a bad thing nowadays. And the only way to justify clearing endgame and being good at it is if you come in with dog shit roles and don't build your characters, and you're still able to clear the endgame. But see, that's an issue because when it happened in Genshin Impact, when you could clear Genshin Impact endgame with minimal investment, people complain about it being too easy. This is the whole reason why Wuthering Waves exists in the first place, because people were complaining that Genshin Impact is too easy and we need a hardcore Genshin. It's basically why it is existing today. Like, are we forgetting that? And literally, Zenith Zero was criticized for being a button masher game, being too easy. And now that the game is a little bit difficult, a little bit more challenging, so players can actually, well, it can incentivize players to build their units, learn the game better, and get better with their rotations, and be at least a little bit better to clear end game. Now, all of a sudden, it's a problem because people are supposed to just go at it brain dead and clear end game. Basically, the Nicholas Light approach to the situation, and it's kind of funny. It really is kind of funny, but just know that you just can't win with Saint Tontas because Saint Tontas will just always change the goalposts. And what's worse is that its audience is gonna eat that shit up every single time. They're not gonna say, "Oh, Saint Tontas, maybe he's right here." They're gonna heat it up because if you ever watch Saint Tontas, watch the difference between him playing Wuthering Waves and him critiquing your Wuthering Waves character's build. He goes in a lot of details and he understands that you need to actually build your units properly in order to take on endgame. So why is it different when it comes down to Genshin Impact? Why is it different when it comes down to Zenith Zone Zero? Why is it different when it comes down to Zenith Zone Zero? Why is it different? Why is it that in Wither Waves you have to level up your characters to the max, you have to build your characters properly, you have to use the proper teammates, you have to factor in all these things and have good roles to clear endgame, but when it comes down to the other games, we shouldn't do that. And the reason is simple. He wants Zenith Zone Zero, Genshin Impact, and Honkai Star Rail to be dog shit easy. Why he wants that? He wants people to be frustrated with endgame, thinking that it's too easy, and then just decide to quit because, there's nothing left to do in these games. That's what he wants. And because that's not happening, it's a problem. Because if the endgame was very easy, we would spend a lot less time on Genshin Impact, Zenith Zone Zero, Honkai Star Rail. to be honest, we'll spend a lot less time. We'll have no real reason to build the characters apart from just getting a set that works and just calling it a day. Not going for crit rate and crit damage on our artifacts or relics or disk drive, whatever you want to call it, for whatever game you like in Hoyoverse. This is end goal. And I mean, he's one that like sit there and like criticize Honkai Star, all these games basically, these Hoyo games. Whenever he sees the opportunity to do it, he'll just jump on it. And I'm all okay with criticism for the game. It actually is good, which is why when it comes down to that girl, how she criticized the Xenosaur's Zero story, I actually agree with her. But the thing with Saintontas is that he will criticize the game, even going to the point to spread misinformation about the game. It's okay to say that maybe the miasma shield is a little bit bad, but to say that nobody's gonna be able to clear it apart from Yijuan is like utterly lies. There are countless evidence out there of different videos with different team clearing the end game that he can't fathom, and every time he sees that, he says that, oh, but you're paying ultra sweating. Have you ever seen a dungeon main clear? It's the most sweatiest shit. Have you ever seen a Zani quick swap rotation? It's the craziest thing. And to sit here and say that it's okay if we sweat in Wither Waves, but if we sweat in Hoyoverse, it's the worst thing in the world. It's just outright hypocrisy. Because no matter what Hoyo does as a company, Saintontas and Tectone and his small group of gotcha police will find every single time some kind of issue to complain about, which is insane to think about. But that's just my short video on Saintontas right now. For me, he's not doing anything that is worth making a full video on or a full reaction on. I'm just saying, I've just been seeing recently that he's trying to justify people. He's going around watching content creators' videos and like trying to find like ways to argue that this is not qualified because you're using X unit, you're using Y unit. Like, that is insane to say when coming from him. Zani's number one team is a full 5-star team with 5-star weapons. Think about that. Cantarella, whatever that girl's name is, she is so predatory in the fact that you need Shikona in order to play pretty good, and playing her without Shikona, you're gonna have to be doing a lot of mental gymnastics. And I've been hearing that from actual Wither Waves players. I'm not playing the game, I don't have the game installed, and I literally put a poll up, and like the poll is just not going good. Like, you guys don't want me to play Wither Waves anymore. It's insane, because I do want to talk about Cantarella and the issue with Cantarella. It's insane, but they will never talk about it. The hypocrisy is real, and Saintontas, you just have to take this as a content creator. If you're going up against Saintontas, you will always shift the goalposts, and you will always... You can't win. It's like arguing with a 5-year-old, because it's always going to change the goalposts. Hammer in on the initial point. The initial point was disproven. His initial point was that the miasma shield is so bad that Yishuan is the only one that can clear it. Clearly and obviously, other units have been clearing this miasma shield mechanic. So, it's done. Point proven. The miasma shield was a big nothing burger that he overreacted on. It's as plain and simple as that. No goalpost shifting. That's just the truth of the matter.